Everybody, it's Invicta. Time another Eden run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance Plus series. Happy Tuesday, Mosh Pit. We did have another video crossing 3,000 likes now, putting us only 5 away from the alt path plus all pills week taken coach. Oh man, I said week and taken back like in the wrong order, but you know what? It's Tuesday. I'm gonna roll with it. I don't know what Tuesday has anything to do with it, but we're gonna move on here. Here's your meme of the day from the Invicta Discord, sent in here by Rabies. Title of the post was having a sneaking suspicion that Invicta might have played these games before. And it's a greed fight. Yep. Old Hide the Pain Herald. Thank you very much to Rabies for posting it on the Invicta Discord. I do take the memes of the day submissions from Discord, obviously, so it's not as often as Reddit because Reddit's a little bit more active with the meme of the day submissions, but who knows? Maybe you could join the Discord and just be a meme of the day, Andy or Anna or Sissy. Victor 8 Whiskey Hotel Echo Mike 4-4. We've got an HP upgrade here to start off with in Conquest Pony, but it is also Curse of the Blind. So, yep. Yep, you know what we're going to be doing. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we had Curse of the Blind yesterday as well, so we can get a penny. We can get a penny and a full charge. And then we get a boss that we can't immediately dunk with Conquest Pony. We also have the Strength card, which actually might be a bigger deal than you may think at first, because obviously this allows us to actually go and take a Devil Deal despite us only having 1 HP. What I will say is that, hilariously enough, we already have more tiers than we did yesterday, so there's that. Shout out to our starting tiers right here. Damage is still kind of doo-doo, 2.56. You do not want to be in the middle of both of the little haunts. There we go. Then we're going to appear. We're going to diggity dunk the haunt. Down he goes. No problem at all. We get it. Well, it worked out for the best. We go on to last week's question of the episode here. This one coming in from the new strong. Actually, it was only the new strongest run of the year so far. Who knows? Maybe it's working in cycles. Maybe today will be the new strongest run of the year. I know how to count. This one was sent in by once again Marcus Cannon, who continues his hot streak on the questions of the episodes here. I don't know if Marcus is getting these just. If they're, I mean, they're all great questions, but I don't know if it's getting boosted because he's like usually the first to post them, or if it's just like genuine, like, hey, this is a pretty dang good question. I mean, they have all been, so I'm down for it. This just encourages people to post more. This one coming in again from Marcus, like I just got done saying, I feel like vaults are actually horrible. You never get enough keys worth, and I cannot think of a way of improving them. How would you do it? Guarantee an item. Just full stop, guarantee an item. That's how you beat that system right there. It may sound a little crazy, but I think that if you're going to pay 2 keys for something that is, it's pretty not rare, but like good enough to be paying 2 keys for early on, like you're basically paying. My logic here is that. Give it the same chance. Give it the same opportunity to get like the chests and all that kind of good stuff, like it already has, but also guarantee an item. If an item room costs 1 key, then a vault costing 2 should give you. It shouldn't give you 2 items, but I think it should give you at least the bare minimum of the other one. You know, like you think about what are the other double key rooms that exist in the game, and how impactful can they be on any given run? Well, dice rooms. And dice rooms. There might be another double key room that I'm just forgetting, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. No, I don't count as bedrooms because those require bombs. But, dice rooms, you think about the impact they can have on your run. They can re-roll an entire floor. They can re-roll your entire run. They can do all kinds of stuff. They can give you an extra floor. I mean, the benefits of dice rooms can be varied depending on your risk tolerance. Like if you decide to go for the which is the one that one is the D4, 2 is the in the room D20, 3 is the global D20, 4 is the global D6, 5 is the reroll of the restart of the floor of the Forget Me Now, and then 6, of course, is the full character reroll, including your active item with the D1 Hizzle. So just the fact that it can define your run like that is pretty amazing, and that costs 2 keys. So I would expect to see something of equivalent value, maybe a little bit less, I guess, if it costs 2 keys. And vaults they're not that rare, but they're also not that plentiful either. I would say that you're lucky to see, if you count them, you're probably going to see no more than 3 vaults. So some people may think that's a little bit too much to give up, but I would disagree, because those early keys. Think of it another way. Those early keys, that key that you use to get into the vault, you could have, say, opened up an item room, or you could have opened up a store. And let's say that you don't get any more keys, right? So now it starts to swing a little bit in favor of, it better be worth it. Think of the golden chest. It could contain an item. You don't know. Or if giving an extra item, if you get a vault, if that's too powerful for you, then what I would say is at least guarantee that it gives the keys back, which I don't think is ever going to happen. But you never know these wacky wild devs. Curse room is free, by the way. We can go in there for free. Secret room, we've already been in the secret room, and we can use Conquest Pony to charge out of here. I am a little bit sad that it did cost us our boss item, because obviously we used the Book of Revelations, but there's no way that I'm sticking with Book of Revelations over Conquest Pony for now. Was there another full charge? I don't think there was in the shop. You have to go back and look. Obviously, keys are now going to become a very big commodity, because obviously we just took Guppy's tail, which means that we're going to have less keys spawn every time that we clear a room. We might as well buy this Yabe, because Lord knows we're gonna need it. But man, oh man, what a run that Void run was. And by Void I mean Abyss. Abyss is just. Would I take Abyss on this run? Oh, brother, you ain't got to ask me twice. Look, I'll say it like I tell people about my favorite restaurants. Look, I don't need an excuse. You just tell me when and where I can pick up Abyss, and I'm there. Very nice tears right here. Obviously, Spirit of the Night does not give us a tears upgrade or any stat benefit, but it does allow us to have spectral tears, so we can do stuff like this. Then we can shoot through the rocks. We don't really care about where the Ipecac Gapers go. We just have way too much mobility for them to hit us. Even when they try to do those little quick shots there, we're not going to let them. This is a free room here with Conquest Pony. It's a 2-room cooldown and a 2-room charge in this room. Look at that. Look at that. Crack the Skizzle doing ham. Going ham and doing ham. I like a ham. I like having ham. Mama Victa's ham that she makes on Thanksgiving is just it's my favorite comfort food maybe ever, but it has to be around Thanksgiving, and it has to be like a day after Thanksgiving, because I will lay into some ham, dude. Like this past year, she actually made me she specifically saved me basically a quarter of the whole ham on top of leftovers to say, okay, this is yours. It's whatever you want to do. And I was like, I will eat this in a week. And sure enough, that ham did not last long. When I did my Friendsgiving over at Casa de Victa, I also had a ham, and it was nowhere near as good. Oh, man, we got hit there. We shouldn't have gotten hit there. It was nowhere near as good as Mama Victa's, obviously, but it was good enough. I think the ham was definitely the worst thing that I made for the Friendsgiving that I did. But worse as in, like, it was the least impressive thing that I did, because really all I did was I didn't have any honey. And I wasn't sure about using maple syrup because I didn't know how much to add, and I didn't want to make it sugary sweet, like too sweet. Because I don't like my I don't like my savory things to be sweet, especially ham, especially meat in general. I don't get people who can eat like just sugar sweet barbecue sauce and yeah, it's just not for me. So instead I end up using brown sugar, and that was it. I just caked on the brown sugar as much as I could, as much as that would stick there. And Mama Victa's little secret that she told me was to use chicken broth as a base down below in the pan, and then let that kind of, I mean, you drizzle some on the ham too, just so you can get a little bit of a layer of liquid that the brown sugar could at least kind of adhere to a little bit, and then just put it in the bottom of the pan and just let the oven do the rest. And boy howdy, it was good. It was good. It was not the best though. What was I talking about again? Anyway, still looking for the shop here, obviously. We're talking about Crack the Skizzle going ham. We need to get another soul heart here before we can really feel comfortable taking a devil deal and leaving. Now, obviously, we have the strength card, so if there was a way to get rid of our soul hearts and leave with nothing but our strength card as our HP, it would actually give us, it would grant us the red heart as HP, like permanent HP. Super secret room's there, and we can bomb our way into the curse room. It's actually not there. Surprised. Yeah, sharp key is automatic take. We get 5 keys right off the bat for half price. That is an amazing amount of value, especially with us having Guppy's tail. We'll take the soul heart. I'm gonna go ahead and pass on. Ooh. Wow. Honestly, we're going to use, if we don't get a Guppy item in this item room, or in this, either in this curse room or in the boss, like out of the devil deal, I'm going to Diplopia, that store, no matter what. Not only does it give us keys, it also gives us, from Sharp Key, it also gives us Sackhead, which is great for Guppy's tail. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Tears rate no longer a problem, although it's still low by soy milk standards, but now we have the sort of arduous task of beating the boss with less than stellar damage here. We have to stick with the chariot card. Or not chariot card, the strength card, because if we end up wanting to take an additional devil deal item, like if we want to stack it, we want to make sure we have enough HP. And despite what it looks like, 4.5 soul hearts is not a lot of HP to be taking devil deals on. You take one 3-heart devil deal, and you're down to essentially not taking anything else. But a strength card allows us to take possibly multiple ones instead of just one. I don't like the way the dark one's kind of shifting here. The range down that we got from experimental treatment definitely did hurt us quite a bit. But still, that pales in comparison to what it could have done, which is nuke all of our damage and our tears rate. We see more often than not, which is the reason why I don't like taking experimental treatment. But unlike a lot of the items that I don't like, experimental treatment is definitely not one. It's one that you rip the band-aid off once, and then that's that. You just move on. Other items that we're definitely going to be seeing for the Wednesday series, which people are still offering names, by the way, and I appreciate that, because I still don't know exactly what I'm going to end up calling it. I did like Devil's Advocate, but I don't think that people who don't know my channel or don't really play Isaac, I don't think they're going to understand where this is going to be coming from. And so we're going to get 5 more keys here thanks to Sharp Key. We'll pick up Sackhead, which is going to give us even more, another key. Hey, I'll take it. And we still have 10 cents that we can use to do whatever with. We can open up those golden chests. Let's see if there's anything else worth buying. I thought that was another Sharp Key for a second. I was like, what the heck? Piggy Bank's not bad, but we'll just leave here. We have 9 keys. Well, I guess we don't have to leave yet. Although we are falling behind on Boss Rush. Yeah, just take the keys and get out. We'll go grab that strength card that we dropped inside the boss room. And Chariot card's not bad here either, but the Strength card is just still better for us for Devil Deal's sake. So it's a library here, and this is going to give us 2 or 3 for Bookworm. Oh, no, it gave us... Oh, that's right, because of the Book of Revelations. I already forgot it. The Devil Deal, and by get a Devil Deal, I mean don't get a Devil Deal. So now we want to... we want to fail this 67% Devil Deal, which is probably not going to happen, unfortunately. I mean, I hope that we suffer from the usual Sinvicta luck and we just don't get it, but... This is the one time that we do want to fail it because we want to make sure we get 100% Devil Deal on the next floor, and not get the 68% Devil Deal here when we've already been in there and we know that there's no items in there. And that's definitely one of the more unfun things about Isaac. Whenever you get a Devil Deal, whether it be through teleport, you get like really lucky, you're like, oh man, this could turn my run around, or you've earned it just straight up by beating the game and not taking any damage throughout the entire floor, as far as your red hearts are concerned, and then you're left with that. Then the game just gives you nothing. It's like, well, try again, loser. You know. That's the kind of stuff that grinds my gears. See here, we did get a sack. I definitely want 9 volt. If we can swing it, I'd love to take 9 volt because that means that we can use Conquest Pony in every single room, which is very, very, very good. Seagram's probably here. Just 1 cent away. I'm about to break. Okay. Now, of course, I did the stupid thing, which was blow up the Keeper. And I shouldn't have done that. No, don't get tempted. 9 volt is still better. Don't get tempted by a reroll machine right now. If we get more money, then sure. All right, we got a little bit more money. But I did the stupid thing and immediately contradicted myself earlier, which was now that I've bombed the Keeper, we have a better chance of getting a Devil Deal, which is the exact opposite of what I wanted. So now instead of failing at 68%, we'd have to fail at 73%. And that is the magic number for Sinvicta, so I have faith. I have faith in the Sinvicta luck. I actually don't want Loki's Horns here. I think Loki's Horns is fine for Soy Milk sometimes, but we have to have piercing shots. We do need range. I'm just going to do it. You would. You know what? I refuse. Oh. I thought if we already had a crawl space, it would just open another crawl space, but apparently I was incorrect in that assumption. Too many of you Diglets. Get out of here. Gonna nuke Bighorn as soon as it comes out, because we're gonna get a full charge. We're gonna get a full charge with 9 volt. Wow, he survived. As soon as we pick up 9 volt, so yeah, I might have money. Didn't. It doesn't matter. It's inconsequential now that we've already bombed the Keeper like an idiot. Let's re-roll Curse the Tower, because obviously it does wonky things, man. It really does. But if we get Eye of Belial, though, it's golden. I think we can do better than Compound Fracture. I wish we had Brittle Bones. Okay. I don't think the boss room's over here, but it might be, I guess. Oh, it's just one big circle. Somehow, we only killed one of the Claudies there. You're definitely not making boss rush, unfortunately. Yeah, that one range up that we got here from Dad's coin is quite nice. It's a double tinted rock in here. See if you can spot it. Can you spot it? This one's very hard to see, but there is a double tinted rock in here. It's hard to see even with me being on my full resolution. You're not. I'm seeing the unencoded bit. Ready? I'm gonna show you which one it is. Ready? It's not this one. We're not gonna make boss rush anyway, so whatever. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not this one. It's not these two. It's not that one. It's not that one. It is this one right here. If you look very close, and I mean very close, around this rock right here, on the bottom left, you can very, very, very difficultly... I don't know why I didn't just say barely. You can very barely make out an X right there on the bottom left. If you look really closely, you can see that dark, tiny little dark X or cross, whatever you want to call it. This is a double tinted rock. We got a steel chest and one of our bombs back. Fantastic. And we've gone the wrong way. All right. So it was indeed just one big freaking Isaac circle. Again, we have the 9 volt, so we can freely use Conquest Pony every single room now, which is nice. Super secret room might be here. Yeah. Right. There's no reason not to use Conquest Pony at this point. Okay, reverse curse the tower. We might get lucky in here. Some extra tinted rocks. No. 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 And no. All right. 0 tinted rocks in a 2x2 room. Yeah. So I guess we're going to pass that devil deal now, huh? It's the meme come to life. Oh. As you saw there, we did, despite us having soy milk, you can still grow your tears rate by quite a bit. Your base stat of tears still matters with soy milk. Devil card. I'm still going to hold on my strength card, to be honest. I'm just going to start nuking everything that we see with Conquest Pony. Now the real white whale that we're looking for now is going to be the 4.5, or yeah, the 4.5 volt. Being able to recharge over and over and over again is quite hilarious and also very powerful. Just sit there and spam Conquest Pony back and forth over and over and over again. You've seen me do it against Hush a few times. Is quite nice. And that's the power of the 9 volt, baby. You get to use it every single room, even like this stupid room. Well, I would have much preferred it this room. Oh, she juked me. There you go. Spin Dizzle, man, that is tough. Oh boy. Spin Dizzle, or pretty much the game clincher. Our movement speed is absolutely abysmal. We already have flying, courtesy of Spirit of the Night. I don't know, man. Part of me really just wants to just get rid of Spin Dizzle and just go back to Conquest Pony, but the opportunity is there, though, with Spin Down Dice. You know? Like, it's one of those items that you see it, you're just like, it's just too good to pass up because you just never know what you're going to see. You can take a mediocre run and turn it into something amazing. Whereas Conquest Pony, I mean, you know what you're gonna get, right? Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna go over here. Now what? Good dime. A little premature in using that the 2 of diamonds, but okay, I'll live with it. I'm just gonna go fight the boss now. It's gonna be Fallen. Really want Eye of Belial here. Eye of Belial is my favorite item to get with soy milk. Great bomb there, and yep. I'm gonna pass on Eye of Occult so I can get movement speed from Orphan Socks, because 0.82 is just horrific. Especially when I've grown accustomed to having the locked movement speed of 1.5, courtesy of Conquest Pony. Sharp Plug turns into Humbling Bundle. And Humbling Bundle could be okay, but it also might be a little too late. I'm gonna pass on Humbling Bundle. Well, no, we really shouldn't, because we have Guppy's Tail. Guppy's Tail plus, I mean, Humbling Bundle plus Sackhead pretty much negates all downsides of Guppy's Tail. And we haven't really had a key problem in a little while now. Or pretty much ever on this run. We've been fortunate. I also haven't gotten our curse room, so it's possible that we might get a Devil Deal still on this floor. Not likely, but it's still possible. You never know. You never know, man. The tears up. I'm going to take that one. Look at that. We get another 4 tears rate upgrade. And shot speed. Now we're kind of smoking here. So I'm going to go grab Humbling Bundle. And that should be enough to assuage all fears of not having any keys left. We're going to go 1, buy the full charge 2, Humbling Bundle it up. And I am going to stick with Spin Dizzle, so I'm sorry, Conquest Pony. You did phenomenal. You carried us through where we would not have been able to go on this run. But I'm going to give Spin Dizzle a time to shine here, like it always does. But I will say, you know, you gotta throw some respect. In fact, you just do it. You put respect on Conquest Pony's name. It's just a straight up better Crack the Sky. Not only does it give you Crack the Sky, it gives you the combination of 3 items. It gives you Crack the Sky, right? It gives you the Headless Horseman's pony, or the black pony, and then on top of that, it also gives you flying. As in, like, the pony charge, I mean. So it gives you the pony charge from the Headless Horseman's horse. It gives you Crack the Sky, and then also gives you flying. Like Transcendence, pony, Crack the Skizzle all in one. And it also locks your movement speed to 1.5. So in a way, it's like kind of like a, you really squint, it's kind of like a rock bottom for your movement speed. I mean, stop me now. There's very few items that are that likable because they do so many things at once. No keys. No longer an issue. Not that they ever were. Hoping that we get a solid Devil Deal here. Getting Guppy with soy milk is, I mean, it's a whole new world. Still really need movement speed, as you can see here. We're barely making these dodges. But we've committed to spin down die, which is going to spin the item down by 1 item ID number. So if you somehow are one of those just gods at Isaac that has all the item IDs memorized, then hey, you're immune to what I'm about to say next, which is, but if you're a normal person and you don't have an encyclopedic knowledge of this game, and you also don't play on PC, you're kind of screwed, because you're not going to know exactly what item turns into what, other by then pausing your run and then going to look at a Wikipedia page, etc., etc. We have to take Shoop, you know I love you, but we gotta take piercing shots here. Piercing shots just make soy milk better. Which is the reason why I love having Eye of Belial. So we can freely just take all chests now, which is just beautiful. Guppy's collar. Okay. 2 or 3 for Guppy right there. We get the lucky penny. Luck upgrade still rolling. Look, I wish I could memorize. I don't even with external information mod, I still don't know what items turn into what. I know that botfly turns into death certificate, and that's about it. What in the world is this room? Do not like this room at all. No me gusta. No me gusta this. Now we do have the silver dollar, a trinket that I didn't even mention us having, because I didn't think that we would actually keep it at this point. But the silver dollar is actually going to be a pretty big deal. It's going to give us an extra 2 shops for this run, which is nice, because our shops have been, well, the shops have not been that bad. Diplopia got us where we are right now with Sackhead. Voice is still kind of recovering from the partnerversary. We went hard the partnerversary, man. It was a lot of fun. Spin Dizzle ready to go, and we're still just looking for our item room. Stopwatch. It is a movement speed upgrade, which I'm going to take, and then we're going to obviously take Crown of Light, which is going to double our damage, and that with soy milk. Now, one tiny little misplay, if you want to get really truly anal about stuff, you could have said, well, you should have gone into the item room first before you used your only spin down charge, and that's true. Yeah, we could get rock bottom here, but I don't think it's possible for us to get 3 full charges. We would need 3 full charges. I sincerely doubt that we're going to be able to do that. There's not even a full charge in here. Was there? We still haven't found the secret room yet, so. Okay. I don't think rock bottom is going to be a possibility. Even if we got into the boss trap room, we don't have. That's still only worth 3 charges, essentially. And that's not 3 charges. We're looking for 3 full charges. So I don't think rock bottom is going to happen. I don't even think we'd be able to get one charge. Spooky bombs. Mom's eye. Tooth. This is kind of suboptimal as well, because we would want to go into the boss room when having a full charge, but we just simply don't. But what can you do? Luck upgrade. We are going to also get our HP upgrade here. Make sure we have the silver dollar, which we do. Big time damage upgrade there with Crown of Light. As long as we don't take damage. We'll maintain this double damage state. You get a double deal. And we did not get Guppy. Womp womp. But unfortunately, we have to keep our heart filled until we can get rid of it. Technically, we could get rid of it by way of little delirium, but yeah. It's 31 minutes. Take the Polaroid for now. But we could have a Sac Room Shuffle play. First the unknown. All we got to know is just how much red hearts we've got. We've got one. Hidden rock right there, and we get small rock. I guess because it's multiplicative with our damage. I don't like losing the movement speed we've just paid for, but in this case, it is huge for our DPS because not only do we get a damage upgrade, but we also get a tiers upgrade, which is going to be doubly effective for increasing our DPS overall at the cost of 0.2 movement speed. So I think that's worth it. And hey, look at this. We get the new Berkano rune. I'm just going to use it in here because I don't want to lose my strength card for a double deal. But look at that. Check it out. We get Abyss Flies for the room. That was a Zombola special right there. Now, some people have asked me, why do you get so close to the mobs when you're fighting them like this? There's no reason to. You have the range to do it. My answer is because I want to ensure that my first few shots are going to hit, especially when I have split shots, like, say, for example, 2020, or in this case, Soy Milk. Even though technically they're not split, they're still firing out of both eyes, right? And I want to absolutely make sure that I'm hitting with both barrels, not just one. Right? We want to ensure that this damage is being delivered at the highest possible rate, at the highest possible level that we can. That's why when I talk about ambushing mobs, like I just did to this one right here, you want to ambush them with the most amount of damage that you can, so they don't get enough chance. They don't get a chance to even act. They spawn in, they look stupid, and then they die. Right? They're like, and then dead. That's the sound that all the mobs make. There we go. We finally find our shop here. Yeah, this is where us holding on to the silver dollar since I believe floor 1 is or did we even no, we spawned with it, didn't it? Okay, black candle, baby. Black candle is going to remove any of the curses that we would have except for Curse the XL. Also prevent other curses from showing up for the rest of the run, which is just beautiful. Okay, bloat. There you go. He moved once and that was it. He did a jump and then he was dead. Mom's Pearl. I will take the range upgrade. Okay, Mom's Knife, which is not good with Soy Milk. And the Book of Sin, which is also yep. Yeah, not a big fan of Mom's Knife and Soy Milk. I don't think they work well together. Okay. Oh, Gertie Jr. Don't like this at all. Mow them down real quick. Now, if I don't have the movement speed to get away, I generally speaking will not go super close, like get up in their face with close quarter combat if my movement speed is lacking, because obviously I need to be able to dodge should the enemy end up doing something unexpected, like firing immediately. Gonna rock down there. Let's go ahead and grab my soul heart back. I would love to get some movement speed if possible. I have a sneaky suspicion it's going to be up this way. Here, again, keys not being a problem at all. We use the reverse death card, which is going to give us essentially the Book of the Dead effect for the room. Meaning that whenever we kill an enemy, Depending on how many enemies we kill in the room only, we will spawn a Bony or Bone Orbital or something like that. And they're dead. Now here's why I say, ha ha ha, Alex. Alex. You silly, silly, silly man. I bet you can't take that and make it into a funny, funny short. I bet he can't take that and turn it into a humorous TikTok, a humorous YouTube short, and make it go crazy on the algorithm. In fact, you know what I'm willing to bet? I'm willing to bet that he can't take those bonies dying and me talking about it and turn it into a mega hit YouTube short or TikTok. Challenge on. You can tell him I said that. Let's see who out-funnies who on this one. And we don't get a deal. Well, at least we got Black Candle out of the store. The extra store that we had. We would not have had we not had the silver dollar. Almost got me there. I'm actually surprised that one didn't register, that shot that was right there. Because I definitely saw a clip into Isaac's shoulder. You gotta remember, sometimes the hitboxes in Isaac are more of a guideline. They're kind of a suggestion. Sometimes they land, and sometimes they don't. It's just kind of what the game feels like doing. Sometimes the hitboxes can be insanely, stupidly accurate down to the pixel, and sometimes it's like, nah, you're fine. We're gonna get Guppy. We do not get Guppy. Not that we ever expected Guppy, of course, but it would have been nice. All right, that is 2 directions down. Maybe this is the right way to go. Actually, that's the 3 directions down. Secret room is here, so I'm inclined to believe that the boss is going to be in the direction that you could bomb down to. Could just be gas. You ever get like so hungry that you just don't know what to eat, and even your favorite food just doesn't sound good? And then you finally get to the point where, like, man, I will eat anything, and you end up just settling for like just a bowl of cereal. Because that's what I did today. I got done with the stream. We got all the Pokemon cards and stuff shipped out and everything. And then I basically was like, man, I'm hungry. Man, I'm hungry. I sure am hungry. Golly gee, I'm hungry. And then proceeded to record videos and not eat. And I putzed around on some other streams that I like to watch. I lurk in some streams here and there. You never know. You don't know what I do. And then finally it was like 11:30 at night. I was like, man, I've got to eat something. And I proceeded to putz around for another like 2 hours. Then finally my body was like, okay, enough lollygagging. Are you going to eat or not? Because if not, then we need to go into like, you know, we need to go into phase 2 of this survival strategy. So I fired up a bowl of corn puffs, or Cocoa Puffs, and that was my dinner. Like any well-adjusted adults. And like, I don't even like Cocoa Puffs that much. I mean, they're okay. Like, I would say that Cocoa Puffs are a very high, very, very high mid-tier cereal. Like if there's an S tier, an A tier, and a B tier, Cocoa Puffs would be as high as you can possibly get before it's an A tier, right? You know what we're going for here. You know. You already know. But that's all I had today was Cocoa Puffs, and then I had some chicken, some nice rotisserie chicken for lunch, and that was it. I just don't eat a whole lot some days. It's really weird. Sometimes I'm just like, man, I'm being double sucked here. There's some days where I'm just like, I just don't want to eat. And I don't know why, because I love to eat sometimes. Sometimes. Not all the time. There's just like, there's some days where it's like, man, I just don't feel like eating anything. There's like nothing that sounds good. I'm going to go into this single room first, even though I know it's going to be a dead end. How do I know it's going to be a dead end? Well, because there's a big room right there, and the game wants me to go into the big room. I can sense it. But we're going to go in here because we don't want to waste the charges that we would normally have inside of that big room. That's worth 2 charges. Technically 3 if we count the 9-volt. Make way for the queen. Here comes Sissy! Little Sissy. We can actually get Guppy too if we get 2 more full charges. Now, are we going to actually have enough? Whoa, Sissy. Sissy, lagging the game. What is going on here? Okay, we're just going to roll with it. Her greatness is too much for the game engine to handle. Yep. And we're back. Okay. Sissy with the charm. She's a charmer, that one. I told you the other day I've been hanging around Brits too much. The British have been infecting my psyche. It's like when I used to do videos with NL. I used to speak a little, like, slightly more Canadian. Worst day ever. So we've successfully gone in every single room so far that we've seen in the chest. And why stop now? We can get rid of one dark one before... Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now things become significantly easier. Sissy with a little charm. You saw the little contact damage there. Sissy doing her magic. Working her stuff. See you, girl. See you. You go double charge there. We're going to go back and re-roll the chest room. Do we need Guppy to win? No, not necessarily, but it would be nice to have. Unless... I tried. Again, we cannot get rid of our red heart here for IV bag and polar invincibility. Because that ruins Crown of Light. If we had gotten rid of it via Devil Deal, then that'd be different. We would just have perma Crown of Light unless we took damage in a room. And then it would come back. Doing great, Sissy. I'm surprised that this run has taken this long, despite us having soy milk. We just didn't have really crazy damage upgrades on this run, ever. Now, us getting the Razor Blade here, the apple was fantastic for the Razor Blade shots because our luck is so high. We do get a dice shard, so we can re-roll some chests if we need to, and somehow we are going to get Guppy because we're going to get the full charges we need to get Guppy's tail here. Yes, duplicate. Duplicate duplicate guppy items matter. They count if they are doubled. And in this case, we didn't double one, but we're picking it up from a fresh item pedestal. So we'll be credited with 2 guppy tails. Ooh, Deadeye or Holy Light. Holy moly. Deadeye plus Crown of Light and soy milk is... that is about as automatic as it gets right there. I'm going to get Guppy. I'm going to use the dice shard in here. We get Libra. Oh, my goodness. Now, Libra is going to give us an all stats up every time we hit with Deadeye. If we end up getting enough of a full charge here to get it, and we might just barely. Look at this sissy. Look at us thriving here. She's impressed. And even if we weren't thriving, she'd still be impressed. You know, she's just happy to be here. She's happy to be your assistant. Even if she's not assisting you, she's just happy being your company. You know, that's just the type of spider she is. I swore there was a third boss in this room, but apparently not. Spectral Tears, which is going to give us another Tears upgrade, or maybe not. I thought Ouija board definitely would. Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it to Deadeye, but we can make it to a Holy Shot though. Definitely pissed away too much HP here for me to be happy. Oh man, that's so good. But either way, we got ourselves a sissy victory, even though it was at the end. Crack the Sky coming back at the very end, like we kind of started it here. Largely in part due to us having Conquest Pony early on, getting us through the bad movement speed days, and then now, of course, Spin Dizzle shutting the door, getting us Guppy. You love to see it. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you click the like button. Remember, if this video gets to 3,000 likes, that will get us another tally on the like streak counter down below. And we are on the very, very near end of this home stretch for the all alt path and all pills taken week coming up very soon. Hopefully next week, but we'll see. So thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Have a great start to your Tuesday. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Paladamores, Dad of Two, and Troy Mason. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.